Noreen and welcome to my kitchen, and today we're going to be making pumpkin waffles. I'm getting ready to cook some breakfast for Rick and I. We're back to school. Molly just had a week off. Yay. Molly just had a week off. She had a well-earned fall break from her early college courses, and then yesterday, of course, was a school day off. It was Columbus Day. So now we're back, and Mom and Dad are going to have a breakfast together. And I'm going to make some pumpkin waffles. It's the perfect time of year to throw these together. You probably already have everything that you need to make them. And these are a little bit different. Instead of being all in one bowl, we're going to make them light and fluffy with an extra added step that's going to be well worth it. Because once you add pumpkin to something, it gets a little heavy. We're going to lighten these up. They're going to be crispy and delicious. And let's go see how I make these. Let's get into this. I'm going to go over all the ingredients first. I know it looks like a lot, but it really isn't, and it goes together really fast. So first of all, what you're going to need is 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. You can use half wheat or half white or all wheat. It's up to you. If you're going to use wheat flour, I would recommend that you use like half wheat and half white, or you can use all white wheat flour. King Arthur makes a fabulous white wheat flour. It's made from a soft winter wheat, and that will react the same way as the all-purpose flour. We're also having 5 eggs that I've separated. I have the, 4 eggs. 4 eggs that I've separated, and the egg yolks are here. They're going to go into the wet mixture, and the egg whites are here. I have beaten these to a semi-stiff peak, like halfway. You don't want to overbeat them, and because for demonstration purposes, I didn't want to take too long. You're also going to need 1 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree, 1 cup of white milk. This is just regular milk, and this is my Gosner milk, so if it looks like it's a little separated, that's why. Gosner milk is a shelf-stable, ultra-high temperature pasteurized milk, and I keep that in my food storage. I have some I need to use up. I'm going to use a cup of milk and a cup of buttermilk. I'm also going to use a half a cup of brown sugar, a teaspoon of baking soda, a tablespoon of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon or 2 of good quality vanilla, a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, and half a stick or 4 tablespoons of butter that has been melted. So let's just get into this right now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the sugar here in with the pumpkin. I'm also going to go ahead and add the egg yolk in there. Let's see here. Get all of that in there. Okay. Just pop that in the sink, babe. There's plain milk. And my buttermilk, which is ultra thick. I love this buttermilk. Honestly, I could just drink it right out of the bottle.
You go right ahead.
I love it. It's so thick. I mean, it's like sour cream. It's incredible. Okay. Our melted butter. And then let's give this a stir. Break up those yolks. Let me grab a whisk, because this is all well and good, but a whisk is going to work me better. And just make sure you get all these ingredients really well incorporated. Okay, now, pop in your vanilla too. Don't forget that. And if you want, you could use maple flavoring. And then over here, I'm going to go ahead and just whisk together my dry ingredients. Here's my baking powder, baking soda, salt, my pumpkin pie spice. Grab another whisk. Should have done this one first. Would have been more efficient, maybe less dirty dishes, but you know, what am I going to do?
You go to the backup whisk.
You know, sometimes I'm just not thinking, so sue me. All right. We're going to incorporate the wet into the dry, just like that. Scrape it all out. Get it all in there. Give it a whisk. And sometimes it's going to just take a minute because sometimes that flour, it needs time to absorb all the liquid. So just let it do its thing. Be patient. Don't overmix this. It's okay if you see some lumps because that's the nature of pancakes or waffles. It's just going to do that. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold our egg whites in here. I'm going to take a little bit first, and then we're just going to fold. You don't want to deflate the egg white. We just went to all the trouble of beating it. This is going to lighten the batter because the pumpkin is kind of heavy. And your goal here is just to incorporate it lightly. It's not really, you're not going to have, you might have streaks of egg white, and that's quite all right. But this first batch, this first incorporation is to lighten the batter so that it will easily take the rest of the egg whites. I have my my waffle iron heating over here, and what we're going to do in just a minute is we're going to clear, and then we're going to bring the waffle iron over here onto the counter so that you can see it. I missed a piece. Oh, really? Arguing kitties.
Just a life on our zoo.
Yeah, we have a zoo, let me tell you. Okay, now this second incorporation is going to go a little bit quicker because you already lightened up the batter with the first incorporation. And make sure you get way down in the bottom here and kind of fold it up over itself. You'll see that I'm scooping from the bottom and flipping it up over itself. I'm not stirring. You want to bring this gently together so you don't lose a lot of that loft. I mean, it just goes without saying that you're going to lose some of it. All right, we're good. I'm going to go ahead and clear, and we'll be right back, and we'll cook up some of these waffles. I forgot. We're going to get ready to go ahead and make these waffles, but I forgot I also had about 3/4 of a cup of walnuts because that's about how much I had in a little bag in the freezer. I'm just going to toss these in. Feel free to add whatever you like. Walnuts, almonds, pecans, pumpkin seeds would be fantastic in here. If you don't want to have a little crunchiness added in there, then leave them out by all means. I mean, this is your waffle. I'm not going to tell you how you should fix it. I'm just going to show you today how I'm fixing it. I have my waffle iron here. It's all ready to go. It's heated up. What I am going to do is I'm going to spray this really well with some cooking oil spray. And this is my misto. I add my own oil to this one, so there's sunflower oil in here today. And I'm going to add a ladle of batter right in the center. First one always sucks. Don't forget that. These ladles have about, I think about a cup in there. So close this off, press it down, and mine I get to flip. And I like to flip it a couple of times to kind of jostle that batter, and then I lock it, and I wait for the little light to tell me that it's ready to go, at which point we will come back and I will show you what this looks like. Okay, the waffle iron says these are ready.
I don't know how it knows, but...
And they're not. They're sticking just a little bit, but let's see. Like I said, the first one always sucks, so don't be upset when that happens, see?
It's stuck right in the middle.
It is stuck right in the middle. Wow. So then we pry it off and we move on.
Just kind of getting your waffle iron primed.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I haven't used my waffle iron in a while, so.
Yeah, so that's what
Spray it again, concentrating on where it's stuck really bad for you, okay? Get your batter in there.
That one's for the kids.
The furry ones?
Yeah, the four-legged ones.
And I'm going to flip it again a couple more times. I'm going to lock it. Oh. And then I'm going to let it do its thing. We'll be back when it's time to unveil it. The second one failed too because my waffle iron is a liar. Okay?
So don't listen to it.
You need to let it go a few more minutes. This one's perfect.
Oh, yeah, that was perfect.
Perfect. Now, I'm going to go. This is going to take at least 2 minutes longer than what my waffle iron. When my waffle iron says ready, I let it go 2 extra minutes because this batter is really dense. You might have a couple of fails, but in the end, you'll figure out where you need it to be.
Yeah, you can experiment with it.
Exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cook off the rest of this batter. Then I'll be able to tell you how many I got, which might be different from how many you get depending on the configuration of your waffle iron. Mine is round. You might have one that's square or rectangular. So it just depends. I'm going to let these cook off and then I'll be back and I'll fix you a plate of waffles. Pumpkin spice waffles. Okay, we're back. I finished making all of those and I counted for you. It made 8 really good ones and then it made 2 crappy ones because at the beginning I remember I had to adjust for my waffle iron. So, that's the last one that came out. And then what I'm going to do here is just like at the IHOP, there's some of that delicious cinnamon butter that we made last week. And I'm going to let that melt over the top of my pumpkin waffle. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I have to tell you folks, we've tasted them and they are out of this world.
They almost don't need syrup or anything extra.
They're absolutely delicious. And then, you know, what do you get with a waffle? You get some delicious bacon. And there you go. These leftovers I am going to wrap individually and put in the freezer, what we don't eat today. Then the girls can just pop these in the microwave or in the toaster oven for about 5 minutes and they'll be crispy. If you put them in the microwave, they won't be crispy. They'll be like a wet sponge. But I have one kid who really likes them that way, so, you know, all of her taste is in her mouth. Or in her big toe, as my dad would say. All right. So you serve these with cinnamon butter, with pancake syrup, or maple syrup, or what, or pumpkin butter, or whatever you like. I hope that you try these, and I hope that you love them. These aren't just great in the autumn or for Thanksgiving or Halloween. These are great any time of year. Pumpkin is available all year round. Don't forget about it. I hope you try it. I hope you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya.